That's a great question. I've got a list right here of some top tens. These are conversations at work. You need to improve.
Hmm.
That's a tough one. Sometimes we kind of people pleasing. We just kind of go along hoping it's going to change. You need to improve. I need you to change your behavior. I need help. It could be logistical, time-wise. It could be emotional. It could be physical. I need help. We're not trained to say that. We might look weak.
Right.
I'm not feeling supported. I'm not feeling appreciated. That's a big one. My boss just keeps criticizing and telling me, boss may not even mean to, just change those four things, not telling me what was good about what I did. I'm not happy. I'm not happy right now in my job or in my life. I don't agree. I screwed up. That's a tricky one. We're not taught to do that as kids. Hey, you know, I'll be rewarded for saying I screwed up. You screwed up. I really think you screwed that up, and I want you to take responsibility for it. You're fired is a tough conversation. I just coached a VP recently around the conversation, letting someone go. It's hard. No, you're not getting the promotion. You're not getting the raise. You're not going to be on that project. I want a raise. You're micromanaging me. Dealing with frustrated customers can be a tough conversation. What about when a coworker or your boss is upset with you or angry with you? I feel intimidated by you. You broke an agreement. That's a big one in corporations. We need to be able to say to someone, you said you'd do X and you didn't. Right. Or you said you do it by this time frame and you didn't. We need to be able to have that accountability conversation, and that's a tough one. I feel excluded is an important one. This seems like cliquey, and I want to see it at the table. And my last one, and I know I said 10, and I've given you way more than 10. I don't like you being late. I'd like you to be on time. Now, all of these conversations can create resentments and conflict, and we're not trained as kids or adults to have these. So I have a solution. Want to hear my solution?
Yes, please.
This is my vision for the world. I want every company, all staff in every company, to have access to a third-party, confidential, just-in-time tough conversations coach. So if they don't use it, if they're going well for 6 months, great, they don't use it. But when they've got an issue and they're not sure how to frame it, they're not sure how to artfully have it, or they're not even sure what the issue is, they just know they got a problem with someone, they book a session as soon as same day. They role play the conversation with the coach in 30 minutes, and then they go out and have it. I believe this will transform cultures. It already is. There's a company that's already doing it, and I've just launched the service myself. And I think it's an absolute game changer, because the people who use it will be the people who need it, and the ones who don't, great.
Right. What's that power of having that third party outside of that conflict?
Well, you got the confidentiality. See, if you go and say something to your boss, let's say it's about a sexual discrimination issue, your boss might actually be obliged to report it. Or you go and tell someone about something that's going on at work, they might be offended by it. Or it's not confidential. They're not outside the situation. You go to a professional whose job is confidentiality, you could say anything. You can even talk about, should I leave the company? These questions that are hard to talk about with anyone at the company, because once they get wind of you leaving, sometimes, particularly in startups, sometimes you're out.
Right.
But these conversations have to be had or they fester.